family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's UBNradio.com.
The Marla and Dave radio experience begins in 3, 2, 1.
Now, if you're ready, we will begin.
Welcome to the Marla and Dave radio show. This is reality radio with a couple that keeps it real. Current events, pop culture, music, relationships, fitness, the hot topics of the day. Marla and Dave Thomas. This is the Marla and Dave radio show. Real radio.
Welcome to the Marla and Dave show.
I hate when You know what? Today I was legitimately jacked because I wanted to jump out there. And I was distracted because I was doing other things.
You're doing a lot over there. I noticed that. For some reason, my headphones sound funny. I'm not hearing.
Well, you hear for a living, so
hello.
Maybe the right and left situation just went wrong for you.
Am I using the wrong phones? It's crazy.
Crazy. Maybe your ears need a tune-up.
Well, as long as you can hear me, I'm good. I'm good, man. No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, maybe because you have one side of your headphone up close to your eyeball. Instead of actually on your ear, so there's a.
But you don't know is that I actually listen. I need extra hearing capability, so I use my eyes.
Well, you have extra size ears, so you should.
Yeah, it's true.
You should. All that should be covered.
Are you joking? What are you saying?
No.
Are you dogging me?
No, I mean that could be a gift. Some of us could jump off of a building, we'll go splat, but not you. You can just flap 'em.
Anyway. I want to give a shout out to our nephew, DeWitt. DeWitt came in town with the Grace Tour. And matter of fact, if you go to www.marlandave.com, actually the Grace Tour is our, what am I trying to say, Marla? It's our,
charity.
Charity of the month. MaD Charity of the Month. That's right. The Grace Tour. Man, coffee hasn't kicked in yet. Hopefully it will by the end of the show.
You know what else? Let me just piggyback on that. I like to talk about what I call takeaways. And listening to my nephew come in. By the way, it was unexpected that he was even going to be here and much less on our show. He just happened to show up and be available.
I knew he was in Las Vegas.
Right. Well, that's not here.
Right, but that means he was coming here after that. The trip was planned. But I knew he was coming. I didn't know he was going to come to the house.
Right. And we didn't know he was going to come on our show, which was kind of really the whole point of the not knowing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's okay. I let you get all that out.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I need some headphones. I'm going to use Moniece's until she gets here.
Yeah. So anyway, the takeaway that I had from DeWitt was a lot, actually. Listening to him share his journey and talk about what wasn't happening for him and how he fell or made the choices, his cognitive process to make the choices to go down the roads in life that he went were really, really, really impactful for me because I didn't see it. Hearing it from his side of the fence was very interesting and powerful.
Well, the good thing about what you're saying, the interesting thing about what you're saying is actually you never know until you get both sides of the story, the entire story. And, we like you said, we knew our side, we knew his parents' side, but we never did really fully know how that affected him.
Right.
So, yeah.
So that was interesting. And that brought me to the next impromptu thing. We knew that we were going to have Moniece on our show, which initially, our show when we started the Marla and Dave show was the Marla and Dave show Relationship CPR, and we were kind of relationship focused about all aspects of relationship, whether our relationship was at a high point or a low point and what some of our stresses and issues, and we were very transparent in our personal relationship journey. And so Moniece is in a new relationship, and we invited Moniece and her new beau, or grown man, or senior citizen.
Or whatever.
Anyway,
whatever he is.
Did that come out? No, I'm just kidding. So Moniece is dating, and now it is public news that she's dating Richie Dollars, or Rich Dollars, or Rich Dollaries, or whatever however.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, they were both invited to come here for various reasons, and we can talk about that when Moniece materializes into the empty seat if she shows up. She's very quirky and does her own thing. We don't know where she came from. Well, I know where she came from, but I don't really know where she's coming from. But anyway, we invited them both, but we have Moniece here, and then it sparked me my conversation with DeWitt to invite our son back, because I really started thinking about what impact we've had on our children. The transparency.
I get it. What you're really saying is we talked a lot about our relationship and how our relationship, even with our kids, affected how we were affected from our perspective. And sometimes from time to time we had them on, but now it's really time to get into their perspective a little bit deeper, spurred on by our conversations with DeWitt.
I'm a little bit miffed at this point that you're just getting it as you sit here on the show.
I'm just trying to make it I'm trying to make it a little bit more succinct. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
We all do.
You're scaring me. I know you had ear problems and the size and the thing, and then the headphones
it's
sitting
the
on
eye
your temple.
thing. Yes, the eye hearing is coming back.
Let's move on with this is our April 17 was our original date for the GoFundMe. We've had some snags. So we are going to keep the GoFundMe going for Lexi to help her reach her road to graduation. Let me do some simple math for you guys. If 100 people from this point donate $50, she reaches the goal. If 250 people, Tony, donate $20, the goal will be met. Or if 500 people just donate $10, she'll be there. So anyway, we do need your help. We got one more week. Send the link around to your friends. Talk to everybody. I know for me, even in the hardest of hard times, I could probably find $10. And we're not, forcing you to turn your wallet upside down.
We still love you either way, one way or the other.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's not going to have any effect on how we feel.
Marla, guess what?
What?
Guess what? I just figured out, what happened to the headphones. What happened to the headphones?
What happened?
I think Jarvis took the headphones.
You think that's what happened?
Yeah, Jarvis is in here. Yeah,
Jarvis jacked your headphones.
That has to be what it is.
Jarvis the jacker.
Man, just wait till Jarvis is here by himself, Tony.
When Tony turns Jarvis loose in this room, tune in is what we need to tell you. What else? Oh, let's do a Take 6 update. So you're back on the road. You've got a new show. Here are the things I know about your new show. You throw your mics down and sing Hallelujah acoustically.
We don't throw them down. We place them down.
This
it
is
would
all
be
the
very
difference.
obtrusive, if I might.
That was what I would do because I've been told that
to slam microphones down.
I can be rude, so maybe I would
Remember
throw it down.
Coming to America? Sexual chocolate?
Yeah.
And the mics hit the ground, all kind of noises happen.
Now it's just left swipe next.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so you went to, what are the cities that you did?
We just came from Lake Charles. We're about to go
Michigan.
to Lake Placid, Michigan, Louisiana.
Okay.
We're about to go to Lake Placid, New York, Brooklyn, New York,
I don't get out
Washington,
often.
D.C., Fredericksburg, Maryland, Australia.
And people can look forward
Singapore.
to new things in the show, including you guys are doing a Bruno Mars cover, and you're also doing Pharrell. You've stolen songs from other artists. How's that going?
Yeah, we're staying out of court while we do it because we give them full credit.
And you sing live, and they can't stop you. They'd have to chase you around and prove it.
Yeah, well, we don't actually get that much money from it, so it'd be a fruitless.
Well, you're not recording it. What is the legal deal with that? An artist can sing someone else's song, but you just can't record it.
You got to give the person full credit, and that credit comes along with some money. And as long as you do that, everything's cool.
And last but not least, I want to tell Sandra Hawkins, who's already in the chat room, I have begun to turn the tennis tide with the Marla and Dave. I won twice in this week.
Marla won twice this week.
And usually you pretty much have been dominating me, but I'm coming back.
I started to take the tide back.
You only won once.
You want to say that?
We only played 3 times. We were going to play the 4th.
We played yesterday.
And you won.
And then we played the time before, and we played 2 sets, and I was
had to
winning
stop
the
a set.
And we stopped the second
I was
set.
ahead 4-3.
So I won twice. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, it's turning.
2 out of 4.
It's turning. You're about to lose your Federer. You're David Federer. He's leaving. Anyway, the kids are here today. They're no strangers to being in the MaD House. As a matter of fact, they literally live in the MaD House, which is Marla and Dave, of course. What? Both Moniece and D have been here before, but today we kind of want to talk openly and have a little bit more of a serious conversation. What impact? What more can we do? What advice would they like at this point in their lives? We just want to talk to them from the heart and find out if maybe we can't handle the truth. Who knows? So we'll hear from them.
I know a lot of truth I can't handle, but
I'm looking forward to having this transparent conversation, and we'll do that when we come back.
You're listening to the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network. Current events, pop culture, the hot topics of the day. It's time for MaD News on the Marla and Dave radio show. Ladies and gentlemen, Marla and Dave.
All right, in the MaD News.
The first topic in the MaD News.
It's Are You Kidding Me?
No, it's sad but true.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have a sad but true.
I understand.
It's a secret sad but true.
No, nothing is a secret in the mad, transparent world of Marla and Dave. The theme of today's show pretty much, other than our entertainment story, is pregnancy. So the first one is a sad but true. Now, you can see it as you want. I see it as sad but true. There's a 65-year-old mother of 13 who is currently expecting quadruplets.
That is very sad.
She's 65. Now, I'm feeling like any minute I have to be talked on. Jesus has to talk to me every morning to keep me from ripping off my clothes and running naked into traffic because of the parenting.
I'm sure some people would actually prefer you do that. And not run into the traffic, but strip off your clothes and
just run outside naked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah.
You come close just about every morning.
Yeah, I get talked out of it because God is still real in my life. But the point that I'm making is I'm 47. And if you told me right now that I even had to spell out quadruplets in conjunction with the swelling of my uterus, it would come with the cutting of my wrist and the bleeding out.
Also, if you're 65 and you have kids, by the time your kids, are you still even going to be around when your kids are 18, 20? Will you ever see your kids get married? Sad for the kids, but I would put it to you like this, though. If that's been your one life's dream.
No, Dave, she has 13
might be
kids.
A good thing.
And she had to be artificially inseminated, which means she sought
loves
this out.
having kids.
She's crazy.
Yeah,
anyway, that's sad but true if you ask me.
Are You Kidding Me as well as a sad but true.
Right.
In the Are You Kidding Me file, there's a woman on Facebook is going around the internet that's 7 months pregnant. I don't know if she's delivered, but when she was 7 months pregnant, she actually put up photos of
throughout
herself.
Her entire pregnancy. This lady her name is Sarah. She's a model.
She was looking pretty hot.
And can we?
She could still model.
We got a photo. Check this lady out. And here's what my question is. What is your problem? Everybody's not the same.
Yeah, why are people mad?
Jarvis mentioned earlier that, a term that he heard growing up was, some women are
snapback. Yeah.
They just have a baby and they just snap back.
You got the fat back and you got the snapback in the South. It's true.
I'm going to let you laugh on your own.
I couldn't resist.
You want to stay out there?
But you know how I feel about that. Fat back makes the greens good. Okay. Anyway, I don't know why people would get mad that somebody stays in shape. It's a shame.
It's not even that. It's genetics. People don't understand. Sometimes you're thin and you just are that. And it's not anything that you're doing. It's just how you were made. I had babies and didn't gain hardly any weight. As a matter of fact, I tried to get weight on.
Well, here's what I have to say about that. If you're a hater, if you had that body at 7 months pregnant, I guarantee you it would be all over the internet.
You take your clothes off. You'd be nude too. You would be nude.
Yeah.
Girls, ladies, don't you lie. You'd be nude if you looked like that when you were 7 months pregnant.
Let's get into the entertainment news.
I have to scrap what I wanted to talk about this. So everybody I don't know who has seen it or not, but Coachella is this weekend and next weekend, which is a huge music festival. It's like Woodstock, the Woodstock of the West Coast. And this past weekend, Drake was called onto the stage by Madonna, and we need to. I'm gonna pause for a minute, and can we show this video, and then we can talk about it.
I'm not your bitch, don't hang your shit on me. Madonna.
You know what's funny about that?
Yeah.
Is this to throw, she threw her mic down and walked off. Madonna. That's what I do.
Except the problem that I'm having, which is very interesting, I've never seen anyone before until now engage in this Drake looked like he was physically about to vomit.
Well, he had to release a statement. Tony was reminding me that he released a statement and said that, maybe the taste of her lipstick or whatever she had on her lips was a little,
Yeah.
he didn't like it.
Called geriatric. Geriatric tongue was the name of the color she was wearing, and it was just all bad. Anyway, that's the MaD news. Let's get back to the show.
This ain't your mama's radio show. Can you handle the truth? Then get ready for a real radio experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Marla and Dave.
All right, I'm mad at Moniece right now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm going to start texting her.
I text her already.
And the reason why I'm mad at Moniece is she's not here. And what, did she respond?
Nope.
Wow.
So let's hope that Moniece is okay.
Tony, does she have credentials out there?
She said she doesn't have clearance.
Probably forgot.
Oh, is she at the front door?
Hold on.
Is she for the lot or for the front door, Tony? She probably drove to the lot thinking that she was all deep.
Hold on.
Anyway, so apparently Moniece is close. She's not here at the moment, but when she gets in, we wanted to start off talking to her, but I guess we'll have to start off talking to our son, DJ.
No
DJ,
problem.
DJ, say hello.
What's up?
All right, you can move the mic closer to you. You don't have to.
You have to be afraid of
it. It comes to you. Looky there.
All
right, so right now,
let's just let him get adjusted. I like it.
He's good.
All right.
All right, so DJ, as Mom mentioned, you grew up in our household, and you people have heard our perspective of growing up, of raising kids. And,
there she is.
Hey, Moniece. People have heard our perspective of raising you guys. Let's really get into today what it was like growing up with us.
Well, having young parents, it was kind of difficult to get over on you guys. Like, I know a lot of my other friends, they had parents that were older so they could lie to them easy, and the parents were too old to put up a fight, so they just let them do what they wanted to do. But you guys were different. You kind of kept the leash tight.
We were a lot closer.
You were a lot closer in age, so
to
you understood
when
psyche.
we did the same thing.
Right, you understood the psyche a lot better.
Well, we want to welcome Moniece to the studio. She had some difficulties at the gate, so we've put her in a bad mood. Obviously, I'm not sure.
What's wrong with your mouth, Moniece? Oh, what's wrong with you?
Hi,
you
Moniece.
Having a bad day?
You having a bad day? No, I'm tired. She's tired, but can you talk into the mic? Do you not? You don't have to. If you would like to not be here, we'll let you escape the Marla and Dave, the madhouse today.
Okay. Well, there you go. We'll have to deal with that a little bit later, I assume.
Yeah. So anyway, so D, so we were talking about some of the things that when it came to inconsistencies. I guess the one thing that when I was listening to DeWitt talk about watching your parents do one thing and live differently. You
mean say one thing?
Or I'm sorry, say one thing, but the what he saw didn't match.
Right.
What he was being taught, what he was being told, how he was being instructed. So with that in mind, one of the things that I wanted to get into you guys today was, why is it that it seems like that at this stage, tell everybody, by the way, how old you are. You're 25, right?
25, yeah.
Right. Okay. At 25 years old, what is the need to still not be completely honest with your parents?
Well, when there's certain rules in the house that I don't agree with, I mean, it kind of puts me in a rock and a hard place. For instance, I'm still living at the house, unfortunately. And if there's a certain rule that I don't agree with, or there's something that I would have to hide from you in order to sustain my living situation, then it kind of forces me into a lie.
Why? How can you be forced to lie?
Because
what's the worst consequence that could befall you at this point? You're not going to get spanked. There's no time out. So what I'm really
like I said, my living situation will be jeopardized.
So then the goal would be to make an arrangement to get out, right? Because then nobody can jeopardize you but you when you're on your own. So it's not even about the lie.
Well, that's the ultimate goal, of course.
But the effort in the lie, it just doesn't make common sense to me. Like, in other words, I've been your age and now I'm my age, and it's kind of weird. Like, I feel weird. Even, I don't know if Moniece is ready to join this conversation, but one of the things we asked Dave, you want to ask Moniece?
Well, the same question goes to you, Moniece. First of all, good morning.
Good afternoon and good evening.
But the same question goes to you. What was it like growing up in our home?
Stressful.
It was stressful as a child? You were stressed as a child?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You guys are overbearing.
Overbearing?
Mm-hmm.
And what does that mean? Explain that a little bit. Explain what you mean by that, overbearing. Because we make you do chores or...
No.
Could you talk a little closer to the mic? All right.
You're just overbearing.
What does that mean? In what way?
In every way that a parent could be.
Okay, give me
intrusive.
a specific. Give me a specific.
I don't have any.
I can kind of, I know what she's talking about. I can elaborate.
You speak Moniece? Okay, help us. Because the people there are a lot of people in the chat room are asking, why won't Moniece talk to us? But go ahead.
Overbearing is like, for instance, even today, you come into the room when I don't ask you to come into the room. You do things that are like kind of invasion of privacy. Is that what you're talking about?
I guess.
He's
That's
trying to
the
speak
definition
Moniece.
of
He's trying to.
overbearing.
This is him trying to include you in on his definition. He's trying to interpret for you.
Oh, let me flip it around then. What would you have preferred? And so, how are you raising your son? Would you say that you're overbearing?
I'm overbearingly affectionate, but
I'm
I'm not an overbearing disciplinarian.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
He's fine.
What does that mean though? Because when Cameron talks back, I've seen you smack him in the mouth. That he
Yeah,
might
but
consider
I'm
that
not,
overbearing.
like-
Now, when he says that's overbearing or that's actually
Which
rude,
he does.
How would you feel about that? Would you think that you were overbearing? Clearly, you don't.
No, I'm not like, you can't have this, you can't do that, you can't.
So you basically just saw us as people who just stood in the way of all your dreams and hopes and just
And didn't let you have
swatted
any
you
candy.
down and your
You
life
had no
was-
fun.
There was no amusement parks, no roller
No,
coasters.
we definitely didn't get candy. I used to sneak candy, remember?
That's true. Are you mad about that? Are you hurt by that? Did that affect you? Is that
Did
why
that-
you won't talk to
did
us
that-
now?
I'm definitely addicted to sugar.
Did that save your teeth
And
though back in the day?
we tried to keep you from being addicted to sugar.
Well, then maybe you should let me have it in moderation.
I don't know. That's one thought. That's true.
Did you just call her a thought? She doesn't like that.
I said that's one thought. Well, I'll put it to you like this, Moniece. Is that overbearing the same reason that that you might not always tell us the truth? Is that the same thing like Dee was saying?
No, I just feel like I don't need to tell you the truth about certain things because there's more things in my life that you don't help with. So why do I need to tell you? So I just won't say.
But if you ask,
And sometimes if you ask me, I might tell you a lie because I just don't feel like it's any of your business. Some things are for me.
Yeah, but see,
And you guys don't tell me everything. I could ask a question, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. And it may be something going on in your relationship that's your business. It's not for me to know. So I can't turn around and say, well, you lied. Well, it's your relationship. So you can tell me whatever you want or nothing at all. I go through the same thing with my friends. I don't have to tell you about my dating life. I don't have to tell you if I decided to have a one-night stand. My vagina, my life, my business, my
That's true.
consequences.
Well, but while
And
that is
it's like
true-
that all the way across the board.
while that's true, for instance, things that will come out on the internet, you're telling other people things that when we ask you about it, then suddenly you say, no, that's not true.
Okay. Maybe those people, I don't care about their judgment or criticism.
So,
So
you're
it's
saying that
easy.
you care about our judgment and
No,
how we
sometimes I
think
don't
about
want to
you.
hear it.
Okay, I'm a little confused. Well, someone in the chat room says that as far as she's concerned, no matter how old the kids are, if they're at the house, then they shouldn't have an expectation of privacy. Almost like being a police. If you're doing your
I don't
job,
expect
you're a
privacy
public officer.
anymore. So now if there's something that I don't want my family involved in, I just don't bring it around.
But at the same time, whoever that is on the chat room, once your children reach a certain age, unless you're just going to kick them out the house, like, I fully understand. If my parents would have kicked me out the house, I fully understand. But at the same time, now that I'm a certain age range, I'm in a certain age range, it's almost like that level of enforcement or that level of observation in the child's life is almost like you have to expect that child to view you as being overbearing, or you have to expect that child to kind of back off from you and maybe tell you some lies.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Wait a minute. I'm glad he said that. He fully understands. I have a no hard feelings contract that D can sign right now to be kicked out of the house. No hard feelings between us?
Well, technically, D is stopping through on a little pit stop on his way back to school. But at the same time, I guess what I'm really saying specifically to you, Moniece, is that especially when it comes to, say, for instance, your sexuality, there are things on the internet that say one thing, and we wouldn't even judge you one way or the other. It's almost as if you feel judged even when we're not judging. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, well, maybe I felt judged my whole life, so now I just.
Okay, well then can we play one of the songs that you did before, and then you could just tell us what was behind this? Is that okay?
I don't care.
Okay, let's yeah.
She can do it better. Bottles of that champagne. She's saying that she wants me. Me and you been fighting, but this right here just seems so wrong. I've been thinking that I just might let her take me home. I don't give a damn. Someone called you up to say, fuck that new bitch that you love so bad. I know you still think about the times we had. I say fuck that new bitch that you think you found. Since you won't pick up, I know that she's around. Oh, I'm just saying that I found better.
Okay, so there was that. There was an interview, and we asked you, were those things true? You say no. It's just, it's confusing for us. Was that the goal, Moniece?
What was the goal?
To confuse us with.
Or is it real or is it rubbish? Are those statements that you've made and the things that you've said in interviews and things of the sort, is that really your life, or is it just, something
Hollywood?
Yeah.
Both. Everyone likes shock value. That's why I can go on
I
Twitter.
don't necessarily like
That's
shock
why I
value.
can go on Twitter and say, it's so cold in Michigan, my nipples are about to fall off. They're so hard. And the response I get is, oh my God, she just says whatever. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So
just like Amber Rose posted a picture of herself in a G-string in Miami, broke the internet, and now she's everywhere, and her hashtags are so degrading.
To
slut
herself?
this, slut that, all kind of stuff. It's a shock value because as long as people are
Wait
talking,
a minute.
So
Kim Kardashian tried to break
paying,
the
right?
internet after Amber Rose broke it with her thong. Then Kim tried to break it with her butt. Is that what you guys
they're
are
having
telling me
break
here?
wars? No, I don't know. I didn't know that,
That Kim
Amber
is an
actually
ash
broke
crasher?
the internet.
she did. When she put that picture up of herself in Miami, it was like such a big deal to everyone, when in all reality, it's not that big of a deal at all. Who really cares? But apparently society really cared, so now she's everywhere in a G-string and a thong, and now she's an advocate for moms with all kind of bodily enhancements who want to go out and show their nips and
Free the
tits and
nipple.
ass cracks and things of
So
that nature.
I mean, you're using that as an explanation.
Shock value. I'm
So
saying
are you
shock
saying
value.
that you appreciate the shock value, and now you want to partake in the same
Is
thing?
this just the
It's
way
not
it's
about
done?
partake in the same thing. It's about, I just don't care. So who cares?
Or
If it's funny to me, I'll say it.
Or do you just feel like that? Okay, so okay, let's move on from that. At this point, I want to ask you and D both this. What advice as parents at this point in your lives do you actually appreciate? What is it that you would look to us to say and do at this point that you would actually feel has value in your life?
Nothing.
Look to you to say and do?
No. What advice would you appreciate from us? Do you want help with
Only advice that I would ask for. So
Yeah,
at the moment,
that's a
because I'm
tough
not asking
question.
for advice, I don't know.
Well, like
That's
it,
a tough
I
question.
No,
want you to
she's
help me
not
with your
saying what advice
finances.
can we give you right now.
Right.
She's asking you what
No,
type of
because I'm not in a
advice.
crisis. So
So you only want us to be around, and like if you need a crisis, you want us to be there for you. That's what you're saying.
Doesn't
Even
that feel
when-
like, doesn't that
even
seem
if-
like a use though?
no, even when things are good. But when things are good, you're not like, oh,
I check
I
on
need
you every.
advice.
No, but
I mean, I'm not.
what role? What role feels comfortable for you? I'm asking you guys. I'm not trying to
would say-
impose.
I don't know.
I would say maybe,
Is that my hat?
no, this is the one that you gave to Mom, I think.
Leave
Anyway,
the house.
in the chat
Jarvis
room,
jacked
they're
her.
they're asking you how old you are, Moniece.
I'm 28.
Okay.
She looks like she's
I'm
14.
an old F word. I'm a geriatric F word.
No, but I tell you what, Madonna was wearing geriatric lipstick when Drake. You missed that part. We played that clip, Moniece, when Drake tongued him down and
What
he
do you
almost
mean when
gagged.
Madonna tongued him down?
Yeah, I messed it up. I'm old.
Anyway, D, you were saying what advice you would appreciate.
Maybe at this point, I'm not that great at managing my finances. Maybe some financial advice, and yeah, religious, maybe spiritual advice.
Okay, well, I'm gonna flip this around again in an attempt to actually understand where you're coming from, Moniece. I don't know if this is just the mood that you're in right now, or if this is how you feel overall, because that could also be part of the issue. But how would you characterize our relationship?
Touch and go.
Touch and go, and whose fault
Dad,
would you
you're
say
my
that is?
ventilator.
What is that? I don't even know what that means.
I say it all the time. As long as you're alive, I don't have to think too hard.
Again, doesn't that seem extremely contradictory to the positions that you were just taking? You
They may
don't,
be contradictory
don't tell
to
me
the
anything.
position.
Don't give me any
Exactly.
advice. Stay out of my life. But you're my ventilator. I really don't get it. We're
Dave,
gonna have to come back to
Dave,
that, Moniece.
I have as we go out.
'Cause
I
you're
have
confusing me.
I have
don't
a
know if this is
suggestion.
the shock value. I'm shocked.
maybe if you
But I
were-
say it all the time.
maybe if you made yourself the executor of your own relationship, you might want to pull the plug.
Yeah, and
Pull your
Alex
plug.
Alex in the chat room is saying that, when she calls her mom all the time and asks for advice, I call my parents almost every single day, even just to make sure the relationship is strong. We're going to have to
Yeah,
get
so
to the
far,
bottom of
has
this. I
been
don't
like-
know what's going on with
This has been
Moniece.
like pulling teeth, but with Moniece. But anyway, the show will go on, and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, listen up. Learn something. 26 years of marriage from two unique perspectives equals 52 years of relationship experience. It's time for Ask Marla and Dave. Answers to your questions about life, love, and relationship based on Marla and Dave's real life experience. It's about to get real. Ask Marla and Dave.
We have to talk to our leader, Hal, and tell him that now it's not even 26 years doubled, it's 27. So what is that?
Yeah.
54
Yeah, it's
years
true, it's
of
true.
Wow. And I don't even do math, Jarvis. That
Well,
was really impressive.
Let's
I
get to
impressed
the Ask
myself.
Marla and Dave, because this one is kind of deep.
Okay.
All right, someone wrote in and said, I hate my in-laws. I've been married for 5 years, and the disdain for my in-laws is at an all-time high. Wow. They are constantly meddling with my family affairs and insisting that things be done the way they see best. In an effort to manage the situation that clearly my husband can't, we moved to another state. Well, guess what? They did too. They followed. The situation is slowly destroying my marriage, not because my husband sides with them, but because out of respect for his relationship with his parents, I don't overstep my boundaries and deal directly with his parents. Just vent my frustrations to him. I don't want to make him choose, but it's time for an ultimatum. I guess you do want to make him choose. Marla and Dave, do you see another option for me?
Well, there's always rat poisoning. What, Moniece?
It is a trap.
Okay, she's back to that.
Anyway, so we'll keep her mic on mute while we actually deal with the Ask Marla and Dave. And Marla, you were saying?
I'm saying there's always rat poisoning, Dave.
No.
No, that's not the right answer.
No, that's the,
Okay.
Let me just start off by saying this.
I think most people in marriage have been there, though.
Well, the thing is that a lot of times we don't recognize that whatever relationship the parent had with their child, they kind of take that into their relationship
Right.
with the
We
new
had a
couple.
little conundrum in the beginning of our marriage, too, when your mom, in all kindness, tried to, like you say, she
I
has,
thought you meant when your mom spilled the coffee in our car,
No,
but
I
she didn't
meant
want
when
us
your
to
mom,
take food in her car.
No, I meant when your mom came into our house and took our leftovers out of the refrigerator and left me locked out of my own house. That's
Oh
what I
yeah,
meant.
I thought you meant when your mom just wouldn't leave me alone.
No, that's not the one I meant.
Oh,
I
okay.
meant when your mom came over to the house and they wanted to insist on staying in the master bedroom. That's the one I was talking
I
about.
thought you were talking about when your mom actually just said, ooh, 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 and expected me to be, over the moon at all times.
So here's what I suggest.
Emotionally at an all-time high around the clock.
Here's what I
That's
suggest.
not what you're talking about? Oh.
Here's what I suggest as your third option. I think it's time for you to be to develop your own boundaries directly with your in-laws. Tell your husband in all due respect, because the things that are getting on your nerves are getting on your nerves. And the bottom line is that they have been his parents his whole life, and whatever bothers them, as you can tell, that our children are not necessarily over the moon right now with us. Imagine us dealing with someone else that they bring into our home in a relationship.
We're just going to punch them.
It can be very overbearing.
Rich, we're going to punch you.
I've already been there
Just
already,
joking.
and I as we come back. By the way, I'll show you how to start that negotiation.
I agree with Marla. Get your own relationship with your in-laws.
and continue to take your respect, but draw your lines. That's what I say.
Back to the show.
Welcome back to the Marla and Dave radio show. Marla and Dave want to talk to you. Phone lines are open at 323-284-7826. 323-284-7826.
I want to get to some of the choices that the kids have made and find out what our influence has been. But even before we go there, in that last Ask Marla and Dave segment, you mentioned punching Rich. And we mentioned before Moniece.
I was joking.
I know.
I'm only going to slap him.
But what I will say is that I think sometimes in an effort as a parent, for me to help my kids avoid some of the pitfalls that I think I've fallen into, I become a little bit too aggressive, overprotective, and overbearing. I will confess that. So, Moniece, for any intrusion that I've had in your relationship and any behavior that may be unwarranted in your relationship, I want to publicly make an apology to you, because that's something that I know has to be, you are 28, you're a grown woman, and you have the right to decide on your own. And at this point, nobody that you're involved with has infringed in a way that I feel like I need to be aggressive or defensive. So I apologize for that.
Well, do you apologize to
hard
DJ
feelings.
with his girlfriend as well? Because the last time when he came
girlfriend
home,
was a whore.
Moniece, see what I mean? And see, did he ask you for your advice?
I'll say this.
It's not advice. That was an opinion.
Okay.
A statement. She's
Okay.
a slooch, and she was not worthy of my brother.
Well, I'm gonna
My
put it to you
brother's
like this,
annoying,
Moniece.
and he's ridiculous.
In
but
all
she was
seriousness,
Hold on,
a
let her finish.
freaking douche lord.
Douche Lord.
Yes, and
Lord.
she's
Can you
going
be a
to
Lord
go-
when you're a
God.
female?
She's gonna go to hell in a gasoline handbasket with fire panties, drinking hot tea, chewing cinnamon gum, eating hot Cheetos.
You're upsetting your brother.
okay. I know Moniece likes shock value, but in all seriousness,
I think she was serious though. I don't think
even
she-
somebody in the
was.
chat room said, they don't know
your
the
back.
full situation. They don't know the full situation, but they're hurt by the way that you're talking to your parents and the opinions that
full
you're sharing about your
situation?
parents. Yeah. In other words,
Who are they?
you're gonna try to
what
go off
difference
on
does
our
it make?
fans.
I'm not gonna go off on your fans. I'm just gonna
Or our
say
family?
you don't know, and I'm not disrespecting my parents. My parents asked me how I felt, and each one of their children are different. We all have our challenges. We all have our strong suits.
Some more than others.
Some more than others. I have always owned that I'm an emotional.
Where are
basket
you on the
case.
ladder of difficulty in your own mind?
Wait. Let me.
I'm an emotional basket case, so I don't discredit that.
Yeah, that's
So
Moniece's phone.
that has a lot to do with having three parents, not having clarity on certain things, and my mom just admitted that she was overbearing. So to
in an
you,
effort to love,
person
that's true. Sometimes I'm
who
very
doesn't
protective.
know me or my upbringing, whoever you are there in the chat room. Chat your way somewhere else.
Okay, Moniece,
No,
we're not going
we're
there.
not going to be offensive,
No,
but I'm
we're
going to put it to you
not.
like
Definitely
this.
not.
Again,
I'm apologizing to Sandra.
Even before we left with the last segment, before we went to the the Ask Marla and Dave, I said I was confused at you saying, "Oh, I need you so much," but I'm confused because for what? At the way you opened up the show, and I know you felt. Was it the fact that you felt bad when you first walked in? You were having a bad day. That
No,
suddenly
those are my feelings.
Those are still your feelings?
Yeah.
So then
They're my feelings in therapy. They're my feelings when I'm not in therapy. They're my feelings when I wake up and when I go to sleep.
So then what do you need me
parents
for?
get on their nerves.
But what do you need me for?
Pure survival.
Emotional survival?
Yeah.
Do I pay your bills?
Well, technically, because I'm at home. So.
Do I feed you?
Well, I eat all your groceries. So.
Wow.
In other words, I really still don't get it. But you seemed you seemed upset when you came in today. And
there was traffic. There was no parking. My name wasn't at the gate. I have trapped gas, but I'm hungry. But I'm scared to eat. So pardon me, I'm a little frustrated.
Scared to eat?
Why are you scared to eat?
Because I have trapped gas. Everything I eat makes my stomach hurt.
Oh, well, keep it trapped
And I'm
7:30.
an insomniac, so I didn't sleep. So I'm running on fumes, and I had to.
So
be
you're
somewhere at
irritable.
7.
That's what
Yes.
you're saying. Okay, then that's sometimes it's easier to just say I'm irritable.
But those were still my feelings.
Okay. All right. Well,
Can we talk about music for a minute? Can we do that? Let's just talk about music. Both DJ and Moniece have, and Lexi's the only child that we have of 3 that have decided to actually take the traditional route and go to a university.
kidding me?
Oh no, I take that
What
back.
are you talking about? You hate me.
D, forgive me.
No.
No, yeah, because listen, you know why? Because I'm so focused because she's right there at the end, but it's true. I take it back. I'm going to look right in the MaD family face and say, that is true. And the reason is because for the longest time, DJ as well as Moniece were focused in the arts. DJ is a phenomenal songwriter. Moniece as well writes and sings. They both are incredible musicians and artists. And so is Lexi, but
Thanks,
Lexi's
Pappy.
whole focus was to go to a university. And D, you got a late start, but you too are on that path. So can you forgive me for overlooking that?
School is for fools, folks. Look at me.
Okay, that's a good ad. It's like the marijuana commercial to making me want to go back right now. Anyway, so let's talk about music and what projects you guys are working on. D, it's interesting because growing up, one of the things that I will say is you were given 2 major talents that represent both sides of the family in spades. You grew up a recognized, gifted athlete from everyone who knew you. People called you for football. They wanted you to run track.
that came
You
from my side of
excelled.
the family, clearly.
Well, there's no couch Olympics. So what we were talking about is that my
But
dad.
there's no Couch Olympic Day.
Right. But my dad was, right. You took after, you played baseball. You're a lefty. He's a lefty. Blah, blah. Anyway, the genetics that were athletic, and then the music genius. I was going to give you your credit. That didn't have to do with the couch, but you.
I didn't have to try to get the credit.
You
Take the
didn't.
credit.
I was
yeah.
going to hook you up.
Sorry.
But yeah. But I think that thing pressing on your temples got you all messed up.
It's the eye listening. It just doesn't work.
Anyway, so you came home at one point, and my slogan was always "Don't talk about it, be about it." And at the time, Moniece was dating Drew with Fizz, and he had dropped a rap line on a song, and D heard
He just did one
a
line
bar.
and that was it.
I don't know how to you chords. I don't know. You guys getting a phrase?
He did a step out for one of our songs.
He did a verse.
A verse.
It was a
Yeah.
verse.
Okay, you can call it formally. I'll take my lumps. I don't know
Spit
the
a hot
lyrics.
16 in this pew.
There you go. What Moniece said. Anyway, so D, you ended up coming back and saying, yeah, I think I can do better. Dad said, well, then go right. And you came back, and what you brought to the table was so off the chain.
It was exquisite, brother.
Right, what she said. So you ended up going forward and you eventually lost your interest in sports and, picked up your interest with equal intensity with music. And so, I'm going to play a song. We want to play
Middle Ground.
Middle
yeah, I
Ground,
think
and you
that's
can
what we
talk
have
to us a
queued
little
up.
bit about that. Okay.
Sometimes I feel like an alien living amongst people that just ain't like me. Trying to do it big, but I'm just a tiny grain of sand. And it been picks straight about the pain it's in. Thinking about the how and when it went down on the day he made me crazy, maybe a little bit, and we all. That's what happens when we fall from the place that we supposed to be. Luckily it didn't fall far like the apple from the tree, but why it gotta kill us off? You getting this is blind to the fact we lost in the sauce. But the quicker we realize where we are, we can so far away. Try to make it plain and stay while I'm traveling through the airways. Don't look at it from just one way. If you do, you bound to trip. Life is full of counterfeits. Hold it to the light. If it don't look right, then no count on it. This has been from the first time I opened up my eyes. Third eyelid, now I'm a problem. In the game where all the talent is garbage. Dump trucks spitting, no fucks giving. Still gon' listen, I don't get it. It's ridiculous, really. I'm sitting, waiting, anticipating the moment where you can't take it anymore. Man, that's what this is for. The cure for modernizers. You niggas obnoxious. Shit is making me nauseous. I'm thinking about the rhyming. I'm working on a mixtape, but I didn't know what to call it. Then I thought middle ground. Yeah, middle ground. Cause for so long, I had my head up in the clouds. And I never thought that I'd ever wanna be coming down. I ain't trying to be underground, cause I need that money now. So I think I'll settle down right here in the middle ground now.
So middle ground, D, tell us what that means, just in a brief statement.
Well, I have my own emotional, mental, all these struggles as well. So middle ground for me is like the middle, the space in between where I can relax and I can just be myself, be comfortable in where I am.
So not either extreme.
Not either extreme, not too hot, not too cold, not too high, not too low, just right there, perfect in the middle where I can feel free to do, be me and do what I need to do.
Okay, I should have mentioned this earlier. Our number, which is usually right there on the screen if you're checking us out online, 323-284-7826 is the number to call in. Maybe we need some advice from you. We're talking to DJ and Moniece, our two of our kids here today in the studio. D, and I'm glad that you said that you know it's you strive for getting rid of the extremes. Oh, I think we have a call right now.
All right.
Go on. Hello, you're on the air with Marla and Dave.
Hey, what's going on, family? This is your
D-Wick,
nephew.
what's up, man?
Hey, D.
What's up, crazy people?
Say hello to your cousins, Moniece and DJ.
What's up, D?
Hey,
What's
Pootie.
going on, family? What's going on, Cuddy?
Hey, Pootie face.
D-Wick,
So, D-
we were saying how glad we were that you actually stopped by last week, and that we're so
Yeah,
proud
it was
of you
a
with
pleasure.
the Grace Tour.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure, man. We appreciate you all just, having me on the show and being able to just spend some time with you, man.
So what do you D with what you've been through right now? We got Moniece and D mic'd up. Is there any advice that you have as their cousin have been through so many things that you shared with us last week, but now you're on the Grace side of things? What one piece of advice would you, because you know them both, would you give them to moving forward from here that you think might help?
I mean, okay, well, anything that might help. I know the only thing that really, really helped me was just, really, really giving God a try. You know what I'm saying? Like, beyond what our parents might have taught us, we can't, be saved by our parents' religion. You know what I'm saying? It's to really, really try to give an effort to have a relationship with Him, because then in all things you'll just go to the next level, innately even. You know what I'm saying? I didn't find myself here through, just blind action. It was a clear-cut path after I sat back and look at the design. You know what I'm saying? It's levels that I had to go through and different situations and tests that I had to pass. You know what I'm saying? And be consistent in it to be where I am now, and just one short year later. And I know that they're capable of so much more than I am. You know what I'm saying? They've got even, more opportunity to do things. And it's all about how can we honor God with those opportunities if we really want to be taken seriously, if we want to take ourselves seriously, find out who we really are. That's the only way you can do it.
All right. Well, as a mom, that's always good to, once you guys come, we love so hard, our family, you included, D, that it's harder the miracle for me is your clarity coming out of the struggle. When you're in the struggle, every energy I have at that point is to try to help bring you guys out, even as adults. And to me, that happens by first trying to see how I can maybe help you change your paradigm and see it clearly. So to hear you seeing it clearly, to me, is all the gift that God could offer, honestly, because then you know where you're really connected, and the rest is out of my hands, and I feel hopeful about it. So I appreciate that.
Right. Well, then, yeah, 'cause that's something that you can trust more than you can trust me personally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think once we understand that we can't trust ourselves, because that's, we're the reasons we get ourselves into the situations we find ourselves in. You know what I'm saying? And we obviously don't give ourselves good advice. You know what I mean? It's to seek better counsel. You know what I'm saying? And it has to be a different spirit about you in order for you to even have that type of realization. You know what I'm saying? The consistency in it will allow you to grow. You know what I'm saying? To the things that you never thought you'd be capable of growing to.
Well, Sandra Hawkins says amen to you, D, and DeWitt, and she says that, he's speaking great.
Well, D, we also want to say give you a shout out again for the Grace Tour and the good work that you're doing around the country, helping young people, helping motivate people back into a right path.
Success by example, man. Success by example.
And want to let you know that the Grace Tour is our MaD charity this month, and anybody can stop by
We appreciate you all, man.
Stop by www.marlandave.com, and right there on the front page, you'll see all the information that you can help support the Grace Tour, because they need your support.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for calling in. We're going to try to peel the caps off of your cousins right here, because first I'm gonna have to shoot a missile at Moniece's phone, but I'm capable. All right.
And DeWitt, kiss your baby girl for us.
You know it, man. I got it right here. Hey, did y'all have the other interview yet? Did Rich come by? How did that go?
No, we haven't talked to
Is that
Rich.
Next week?
No, he got mad at us. He didn't want to come by, man.
Rich is a no-show.
Oh, okay.
All right. We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk later. So Moniece, that's a good one as far as you guys are concerned. We talked about the music. Are you willing to collaborate with your brother and sister? Because they both.
I collaborated with my brother already.
Oh, you did. But no. Oh, that's right. Nothing that you guys have done. We can play. It's not time to play.
It's not out right. It's not out
yet.
What
time? I'm taking my time to put together a project.
Okay, good. I was just about to ask you, what projects are you working on? So there you go.
Working on the EP, and along with it, a mini movie.
Oh, so you're baby Beyonce?
No.
Oh,
Beyonce did videos, amazing videos at that. But
so
I'm putting
does
mine
the
together.
movie have anything to do with the music?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing the songs in a sort of progression.
Okay. Is there a theme to the EP? Like, is it Moniece shock value, shocker?
No. It's just a simple whatever about how I feel. Who knows? I don't know.
And so that.
But do you feel consistently the same every day?
I was gonna say that has to be
a quick
hard target.
It's centered around like relationship stuff. So it goes from the beginning, just getting to the basics, getting to know each other, to the honeymoon phase, to now we have a problem, to
oops, it's over.
It's over, to woo, now I'm in the club getting ratchet because we're broken up.
Oh, okay.
That type of progression.
Well, if you like that type of progression.
Is it based on a real relationship that you had?
No, I'm just.
All your relationships take that exact same path.
No.
Okay. We were just trying to find out okay. Okay. What your motivation was.
Well, we're going to ask Dee the same question when we come back. As well as let you guys hear some more music.
I feel like that this is all bad. Why do I feel like we're walking on eggshells? These are our own children. Shouldn't we be able to? You're closest to Moniece. Can you just smack her?
Well, she says she doesn't appreciate the smack. So maybe, the fact that we're not smacking her is going to actually do some good. So we'll see.
We'll figure it out when we come back.
It's time for the Marla and Dave Doghouse. Marla has something that should put Dave in the doghouse. Dave has something that should put Marla in the doghouse. You decide who gets a biscuit and who gets busted and ends up in the doghouse.
All right, well, I say Marla goes in the doghouse today because she is taking tennis credit so quickly and saying suddenly that now she's a better tennis player than I am. I don't get it. But Marla goes in the doghouse because she wasn't even the last winner. But she's taking tennis credit, and I don't like it.
Dave?
Yeah. That's right, Sandra.
Let me turn my paper over because there's so many things that I should put you in the doghouse for. Here's one. Yesterday, we got ready to prepare dinner. And I think that Dave sometimes decides if he wants to take which is the easiest route out as far as, because we were going to barbecue. So you...
What do you mean we're going to?
We did. I know, but you asked me about starting the fire. And so what I'm saying is you got to do one or the other. So the issue about starting the fire is, I think I questioned you at the time about if I'm going to start the fire, I'm either going to do one thing or another.
Marla also goes in the doghouse because she has amnesia.
You lit the fire.
What I said was, let me know when you're on your way back, and I'll start the fire.
Maybe I have smoke inhalation. That's probably my problem. I have barbecue smoke inhalation. I don't even know. You know what, Dave? Can I just give you a pass because most of the time you're not here, so the offenses pile up. This is like dog crap. Like in the doghouse, you're not here so much, and I manage
whose
so
crap
much.
is it in the doghouse?
Yours.
Mine or yours?
Just take a.
But haven't you been spending the most time in the doghouse?
I know, because you bring up one incident. Just take a sabbatical in the doghouse. I'm begging you. Just go in there.
You want me to just go into the doghouse?
Because I need you to be in there. Just go.
Okay, no problem, Marla. For you, I'll just go right into the doghouse.
Yeah, just take your floppy ears and go into the doghouse.
Wow. I guess that was the doghouse. We're going to be right back to the show. What a confusing day.
I'm tired, D. I don't know.
What's the action? You'll laugh. You'll learn. You'll learn. You'll get mad. Shut up. You'll get happy. But you won't be bored. This is the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network.
Marla, right quick, I want to let you know that in the chat room, they're basically saying you're not making sense. You have to be in the doghouse.
I know. I don't know what's
Your
happening.
dog confused.
I need some type of Sandra. What would help me? Ginkgo biloba. What clearing? Because it can't be narcotic. Because I don't do that. But there's got to be some herb out there that will help me. Anyway, if you know what it is, hit me up. Let me know. Where are we, Dave?
We're in segment 3, Marla. Hello. Welcome to the show.
We're not in segment 3 yet, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, sweetie.
Poll question?
No, not
Okay,
yet.
good.
Marla's really in the doghouse. It's hard to actually do the
Moniece
show
has
from the doghouse.
infected me with her nonchalant aloofness. It's a virus that's locked in the room with her gas.
Marla,
her trap gas and her
Marla's confused. I'm actually confused, too. I said, what a strange day.
Okay, look. I was saying that I really want to stop walking on eggshells. Look, guys, here's the bottom line. You're 25. You're 28. I love you. But in all reality, I need us to get together as a family and make a plan that will make each of you completely self-sufficient. Not TV self-sufficient. Not that you play self-sufficient adult kids on TV, but you're really self-sufficient. You know what I want?
I don't play self-sufficient.
Moniece, you just said you're still living in my house. That makes you fake self-sufficient. I didn't say you play one on TV.
That makes me self-sufficient.
No, self-sufficient. Here's what I want, and you tell me when.
And that makes me not self-sufficient.
Right. I want you to be self-sufficient. What I'm saying is,
I'm saying I'm never leaving home. I'm proud of it. I'm gonna be Christy Butler.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Shots fired. Bang.
It's not shots
bang.
fired.
Shots
I'm
fired,
gonna live,
sweetie.
No, I'm gonna live at home
Bang,
forever.
bang. What
I
if
never
Christy
want to
Butler
leave.
was watching this.
Well, let's leave that alone because here's the thing. The thing.
Just saying.
My kids
Let's
are.
make it deep.
Help me now.
Let's get deep on them.
I need.
Well, what Mom is saying,
No, let me
really.
finish. Let me
Okay,
finish.
I speak Mom, but go ahead.
You don't need to speak Mom. Mom can speak Mom. Here's my dream. I would like to get this phone call. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Mom, what you doing today? You want to come over? I cooked dinner at my apartment. You want to come over and hang out with me?
I was
Just
in
spend
my
some
apartment
time?
for 3 years. I used to do that all the time.
But you're back. Here's what I want to
but
say.
when I wasn't,
we used to come over.
you did.
But what I'm saying is, I want that to be something that is. I said, can I help you become self-sufficient and stay self-sufficient, so we don't have to go back and forth because. That would be my dream for you guys to get to the point where you own a home.
Well, that's a question for
you own a
yourself.
home, and you own a home, and you have a home.
Well, here's
you
the
have a
thing.
home.
Can you help us?
Here's the thing.
I'm trying.
The real bottom line is this, and I think what kind of got exposed to today is that maybe our communication issues are part of the issue, and part of
No,
the
Dad,
issue.
you're.
Hold on, just let me finish.
It's all Mom.
The reality of the situation
say
is
that,
there are things that we can share with you, but you might not be open to receive. Matter of
She
fact,
said she didn't want our advice.
there are also things.
I didn't say that. What I said was,
Yeah?
I'll ask when I want it.
Oh, so you choose.
Nope.
Yes. I
Okay.
don't always need, nor do I always want your advice or anyone else's advice.
I hear you. Go ahead, Dave. Finish your thought.
And I guess what I'm really saying is that we learn things from you as well. And if sometimes if you can take the
like
chip
what
off
the
the shoulder,
phrase "turned up" means.
yes, and
And Fleek.
okay, you're making noise, and it's not okay. So the real bottom line is this: we learn things from you as well, and there are things that maybe you're denying us because
So
of
now you're
the.
trying to make us feel guilty.
No, I'm not. Why do you feel guilty?
Just making
There are
sure.
things that you could be denying us, as well as things that you could be denying yourself because of the communication issues. Anyway, in the chat room, Sandra is saying sometimes you have to be like the birds when they do their rearing of their kids. They push them out, and we've done that before.
But our kids are like the kind of birds that fly back and hit the window. Like the kind that can't really tell the daylight from dark, and they circle around.
That's
They
true.
fly around. They
That's true.
smash back into the window. And the smashing,
can't.
Sandra, in the window is so annoying that you open the door and let them fly back in the house because you're sick and tired of them banging on the window through the night. You can't sleep. You can't get anything done, and you're afraid of them breaking their neck because they just smash their heads constantly on the window.
Well, let me
care
just-
about us
make
more
mistakes,
than you care
though.
about
We-
the broken window. You
Let-
care about our broken necks. That's so sweet.
We all make mistakes, though, Cassandra, though, for real.
Not Cassandra, Sandra.
Sandra, we all make mistakes. And the fact of the matter is this, though, in the fact that we've made our mistakes, Niecy and I both have made our mistakes,
Tons.
and the fact that we admit it means that we will get back
Openly.
on our feet, and that we will one day be totally self-sufficient,
Slowly
and
but
we will be able
surely.
to call our mom and be like, look, come over to my house, not my apartment, and come have dinner with me
I don't
and
mind
my
coming to your
family."
apartment.
I'm
Here's
starting little.
here's
Me
my
too.
Cracker box.
I know, and I'm not afraid of small beginnings. I'm not afraid of the days of small beginnings.
I'm
However,
so not ashamed.
the fact of the matter is this: one day I will progress and get onto my feet, and when it happens, I'm gonna say, "Look, I told you," because I knew this day was gonna come.
and I
Why do
know
you
that
have to
day's
say-
going to
Hopefully
come
you
too.
won't be talking to a tombstone.
What I'm saying,
Grave marker.
one of the lessons that I had to learn raising kids, one of the lessons that I had to learn raising you guys is really that you can't really say something.
That we're
and-
ridiculous.
No, listen, you can't really say, you can't talk about a lesson. You have to actually live the lesson. And at the end of the day, especially kids nowadays, you guys are so smart that you kind of see right through hypocrisy. And so the real things that seem to sink in are when I make a change that you can notice and you're saying, man, I want to emulate that. And there's still changes that I need to make now. And clearly some of those things are affecting you guys. But that just shows me there's more than I need to work on for myself.
Look at Dad's squinty face. That's how you know he's serious.
Well, that's because his head's hurting because he has the temple squeeze from
anyway.
one thing on his side of his head. It's why, yeah.
Anyway,
He's
and
struggling.
it is a little frustrating from time to time. But at the end of the day, especially for you, Moniece, because
We love you,
you're now a
Pappy.
mother. You're now a mother yourself. You have a child that
I know, sweetie.
Don't placate your father. Before I
patronizing,
throw a
really.
I'm not.
phone.
Anyway, and for you, D, I do like the perspective that you're taking. Everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes. Mom makes mistakes. We all make mistakes.
Not so
Every
much.
human being
You mean
makes
you
mistakes.
don't know it all, Pappy?
I never say that I know it all. I know a lot. I don't know it
See?
all.
I
So,
do kind of
anyway.
like this morning you were doing it.
See?
He was doing it this
No,
morning.
Pappy knows everything.
It's almost like
and
like
unfortunately,
this.
Pappy's always right.
I'm not
makes me
always
mad.
right.
Dave, let's do this.
Pappy's always right
Let's
in my life.
Let's talk to each other right quick in front of the kids, and let's tell the kids. I'd like to discuss just maybe one of the greatest lessons that we've ever learned at their expense.
I just said one.
Which was what?
Which is really that you have to actually, if you want a change in your kids, whatever that you're dealing with, whatever issue that you're dealing with, is something that's actually a problem for you. You have to change yourself. And so however long it takes for me to change myself on that issue, the kids are probably more than likely going to continue to deal with that issue.
Well, I'm going to be more specific. So Moniece and D, here's something that I'd like to say. There are things in this life that I realized recently that I did not expect, there were certain expectations that I didn't have of you that I probably should have, and that's because there are things that I should have expected.
Or there are things that you shouldn't have expected that you did.
Hold on, let her finish.
In the converse is fine. The bottom line is, what I'm saying is, and that's because there are things that I did not expect, or there are expectations I should have placed on myself for different standards and higher standards from Marla that I didn't. I was always lenient with myself, and one of those things is constant discipline. The only thing I can say that I disciplined myself to do was to actually be a parent, but even with that, my apology is I got through parenting. I didn't take control and cherish parenting. I survived it.
And that's to be honest with you,
and I apologize for that.
Maybe some of the overbearingness that Niecy was talking about in the beginning was parenting. For a minute there, parenting was your only job. And it was kind of like the way that you parented was a bit much for my taste. I don't, Niecy, how do you feel about that?
Just talk for yourself.
Yep.
You can say whatever you like.
The way that you parented was a bit much for me, and it made me jump out and try to rebel against the way that you were parenting to an extent that it made me want to do bad more than other kids because I couldn't.
Because you were mad. That's how you were striking out.
I was rebelling against the way that you parented.
Okay.
Well, I guess the real bottom line is, we all have to take responsibility for ourselves.
And I'm not trying to say that the fault wasn't mine, because at the end of the day, I did do the things, and the fault is mine for the way that I.
But
behaved.
you were pushing back against an extreme force, so your rebellion was equally as hard.
Was very extreme.
Right, and so and that's true, because you basically parent how you've been parented on some level. And my dad is a ironclad hard ass for real. Like, my dad scared the neighborhood.
I would hate to have
I was afraid of your dad.
dad.
How's that? Your dad was so strong in his parenting and his disciplinary actions that the whole school was afraid of Poppy.
I think the only thing that
Poppy would come to school and hold Mommy up by the hands. Mommy would be trying to squirm away like hanging and just take off his belt. Tow.
My dad spanked me
at least 30
in front
hits.
Of the class. It wasn't 30, but he did spank me in front of the class when I was in the 6th grade. He did. Look at Tony's face.
It feels like 30 because that's how much we were affected. It was
Jarvis,
like,
you know how when you're parenting, and your parents are black parents. This is like 50 shoes being thrown at you at one time. So the record.
It was scarring, even for me. And I got spanked, pretty consistently growing up.
Let me jump to this right quick, Moniece. And the thing about it is, I have a very wicked.
You were a good child.
No, I wasn't.
You wanted to be.
We don't even need to discipline them. They just discipline themselves.
I was bad. You wanted to be bad.
No, it's not that I wanted to be bad. I wasn't a dream child.
Nobody
That's
said
for
you were
sure.
a dream.
You were emotionally hard, but you weren't really hard. You were sneaky hard.
Yeah.
Moniece was a sneaker.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me say this, and let me say this to the public. About specifically Moniece and I. Moniece and I have a lot of similarities. There are differences. Obviously, we're different people, but I want to talk a little bit about where the line of respect goes from here with my adult children. And Moniece, has a lot of fun, and she's very interactive in her social network. And there's a lot of people that are very appalled by some of the things that they've seen out of me and Moniece and Marla antics. So Moniece, do you think that there should be what kind of respect do you think should be on the table, if any? And I'm not judging, but asking at this point in our relationship, you being 28 and me being grown. So I had you at 19. So technically we kind of, on some levels, have learned a lot of lessons at each other's expense, but I'm still a young mom. So do you think that your behavior towards me and the things you say are inappropriate, or do you think people should mind their own business?
People should definitely mind their own business.
But are they also inappropriate or appropriate?
They're inappropriate, but they're mutually inappropriate. They're not inappropriate on a disrespectful level. Mom is inappropriate.
She's
and
not.
vulgar.
She's not slamming me, is what she's
I'm
saying.
not slamming her.
We're interacting with each other.
We had a talk about elongated clitorises as a family at Thanksgiving dinner.
But it was not on the
So,
internet. It wasn't
on the internet. But all I'm saying is we're all ridiculous. We're all ridiculous. So it's just how our family is. And it's a good thing, and it's also a bad thing. We're all over the top. That could be good, or that could be bad, and it's funny.
So basically, you should tell. So you want Dad to stop making you take him off of social.
Yes, because when Dad
Instagram,
when Dad swishes me, that's funny to us.
Right. But when Dad
you
walks
get on
in the
my
room
nerves,
and you say,
you like it.
No,
That's
when
why
Dad
you do
walks
it.
in the room and
No,
Dad doesn't, Dad's very clear in what makes him comfortable. You come over and just to rattle Dad's cage, he walks in the room. He doesn't know, number one, you're recording him, and you sit off in the corner in the dark and say, "Dad, shit damn." Now see, and so he's upset about that. You should apologize. I've made some apologies. Apologize to Dad right now.
Sorry, Dad, for saying shit down.
Well, okay. Anyway, apology accepted as long as you don't do it again. DJ, in the chat room, Sandra was maybe you need some clarification because she feels like it was a bunch of crap that you were not taking responsibility and blaming Mom or me
Sandra.
for your behavior.
Why do you want to even have beef with me, man?
Right.
No, what
Sandra,
she's
you
saying
wanna have
is it
beef.
sounded
It's
like
like,
you were
come
saying
on.
He did own it, Sandra.
But hold on, it sounded like you were saying that it
You are
was
2 feet
Mom's
tall. Don't
fault or
protect
my
him.
fault that you were rebelling.
I speak DJ.
Hold on, Moniece.
Sandra.
Hold
He
on,
didn't
Moniece.
say that it was our parents' fault. He said because he was rebelling against things he didn't like, he lashed out, and ultimately the choices were his. So he accepted responsibility for making some of the wrong choices that he made.
Can I address Sandra for a minute? This is why Moniece got spanked seriously when he was a baby, because I was trying to get him to talk. And every time he wanted something, he would go, and Moniece would go, Mom. What he said is, he wants milk. I said, if you talk for him again, you're getting a spanking. Because I had to make him put words together.
No, but that's right. That's absolutely correct.
Well, you also
I did.
wanted
I
milk,
took-
but we're
I took
telling her to be quiet.
responsibility,
In other
Sandra.
words, I'm giving you a chance to clarify what
clarified.
Sandra is saying. DJ.
I am my brother's
She
keeper.
clarified for me. That's
Okay,
correct.
that's good for you. All right. Well, like I said, Marla, you said what are some of the things that we learned
Dave,
at
is it
their
too late to
expense?
sell them?
You asked me what are some of
You
the
could
things
put
we
me on the
learned at
black
their
market. I'm
expense.
sure I'm worth some money.
You're
now.
already on it. You're on
Good.
the black market.
I'm
Go
talking
Sound me
here.
like Olivia Pope.
Okay. So what I was saying is there are times when even growing up, you know, when I would get in pressure situations, it was hard for me to tell the truth. So clearly that's
just don't
something
care
genetically that was passed on to the kids as well. And
Not me.
when the pressure comes on, really?
I'm not your biological child, so genetically you couldn't have passed that on to me.
Or maybe socially in the house, just being in the
More
environment,
like it.
which is very
Which is
strange.
also very interesting that Moniece just said that,
But that's
because
actually-
Moniece can also sing her butt off, and she's not biological. People go, oh, she can sing because her dad's in Take 6. But even
He
though
did
you are
teach
her
me.
dad and you raised her, she didn't come from your genetic song ability, but she can
I'm
sing.
not the fruit of his loin.
That's okay. You're the
I'm
fruit
the
of his
fruit
heart.
of his love.
You are. You're the
But
fruit of his
what
heart.
my-
what my point is, so clearly there are still some things that I need to fix for myself that potentially might help you guys as well.
Probably, Pappy.
But
There
at
you
this
go.
sage in the game, we still have to learn all the lessons.
too
by
late for
ourselves.
us.
Yeah.
Not any
I
stage
mean-
in the game. Every stage of the game, you have to learn the lessons for yourself, or it's not a lesson.
Live your life, Pappy. Don't look back. You deserve it at this point.
I'm so glad that Moniece is bringing all this up, because when this is going in the archives, when I'm out in my own little cottage with one closet and one cup and
I
one
told you I'm
plate,
coming over to sleep on the hot plate.
you
I'm
guys
getting
will
in the
now
stove.
clearly understand. They said they're not leaving, so guess who is?
We'll follow
Moi.
you wherever you
Me
go.
too. The house is closed. Anyway, it's time for the Mad Love Game.
It's time to play the Marla and Dave Love Game. Here are Marla and Dave to explain how it works.
Do not buck your eyes at me, Pappy.
16 more minutes.
Oh man, that's how ridiculous the day has been. The MaD
LL
Love game
I
has
think
been
it's-
going on the whole time, and I'm sitting there like, it's like, what the heck is going on
Lori
here?
Williams said that we need our own reality show.
Anyway, the MaD Love game is a game that was
Lori
created by
Williams must have
Marla
graduated
and
with a
me.
4.0.
Okay, could you please mute her mic, please, Tony?
Don't
Thank
mute-
you. The MaD Love game was created by Marla and me, and it has the categories that affect all relationships: sex, finance, and communication. And it's played by rolling a single die. The die has those categories on it. It also has the MaD logo, which is wild. And you can roll, choose whatever category you want. I'm gonna skip you for this time, Moniece. D, please roll this.
Oh, sweetie.
He dropped the
You're
die.
gonna get a chance to roll. Don't worry. I'll make sure you roll.
It's
wild.
wild, D. You can
You can
choose
choose
what
any
you want.
category: sex,
What was it?
communication,
Sex,
or finance.
communication, or finance.
Why are you treating me like a stepchild?
You're back on.
Sex.
Sex, D. This is for both you guys since D chose.
He acted like he won money, didn't he? Sex. Woo! He's like the guy in the
Which
commercial.
sexual position do most women prefer? D, I'm sure you have no idea.
You
as
better
you're-
know. You better not know.
But in your opinion,
I would say doggy style.
doggy style. Moniece?
Depends on the person. I'm lazy, so
Most women.
missionary.
Most women.
You don't have sex though, right, Moniece? You got.
Hardly ever.
You went to
Immaculate conception
re-virginize
for
commitment
Pretty
after
much.
For our
after-
grandson.
Yeah, after
Pretty much.
Cameron.
Marla, what do you think most women prefer?
I think most women would actually prefer. I think the most sensuous position would probably be for a woman to be on top. I think
Ding,
she
ding,
probably
ding, ding,
feels
ding.
more.
Marla is correct. Most women prefer to be on top.
Right,
too
because
much
we
work.
can
I think
control
that's
when
control
to jump
issues.
off. It is. It's definitely a control thing. Because I can be like, "Duh, duh, duh, duh," I'm out. Like, for example, each one of
Oh
them.
my
It's
gosh.
traumatic.
D.
Hell
Yeah.
no.
Each one of them were conceived.
Right.
My God.
She was doggy.
Moniece,
he
you
was
get
missionary.
Moniece, you get a chance to roll.
Lexi was on top.
It's wild again. You choose the category:
Oh,
sex, communication, or
The dice
or
are
finance.
shaved.
Finance.
Finance.
Thank you, Moniece, for being a lady. D.
Moniece,
Barbarian.
what is the percentage of couples who sign a prenuptial agreement before they get married? 5 to 10%, 20 to 30%, or 40 to 50%?
Wait, repeat that.
What is the percentage of couples who sign a prenuptial agreement before they get married?
What's my options?
5 to 10%, 20 to 30%, or 40 to 50%?
40 to 50.
Come on.
D, what do you think?
40. No.
40,
Face
50.
40 to 50. Come on.
No, I say less because I think that most people are very.
It's either 20, 30. That's what
I
I
go
say.
to the middle because
20,
it's a love. It's supposed to be it's
40 to 50.
it's a
You
trust
gotta be
thing.
20,
kidding
30,
me.
but if you don't sign a prenup, you're an idiot.
You gotta be
In
kidding
the-
from people who have
40
nothing to
50.
protect,
In the
Let's go.
but their parents' house, which isn't even
By
ours.
the way, our
Let's
answers
go.
are
40
from
to
the
50,
PEW
fellas.
Research Center. That's where we get
Let's
our
go.
answers, and the answer is actually 5 to 10%.
Idiot.
What the heck is wrong with people?
For
What?
further,
So dumb.
Here's for further discussion. Each question actually has a further discussion point that makes it fun to play with
them.
your friends. Is being asked to sign a prenup insulting?
No.
No. That's business.
Marla?
Anything could happen.
I
Just
think-
because you get
I
married
think
doesn't
that
mean
it
you're going to
is.
be together
I-
forever. So
first
you're
of all-
protecting yourself and planning for the worst case
Do you
scenario,
guys-
but hoping for the best.
So
So if Phaedra Parks, let's use Phaedra Parks for example. I'm an avid Housewives of Atlanta viewer, and I
know
love
anything
Phaedra
about this.
Parks. She married a criminal, hoping that he was going to be reformed and changed. He loved her. He started out great. He conned her. Now he's in jail for 8 years. Her prenup was so airtight, it said if they were to divorce, they both left the marriage with what they came with,
his was
including
a bar of
everything
soap
they earned
and a striped
during
suit.
the marriage. And look what happened.
well,
Look
I'll
what
put it to you
happened.
like this.
The
What
worst
if?
happened, even though she was hoping for the best. And in all seriousness, I hope. that
Yeah,
Phaedra
but if
Parks
your
is-
husband's a hard worker, is a good earner, and you're the housewife, and suddenly you get divorced and you have a prenup that says you get nothing, I don't know. That sounds
Here's
sort
what's
of crazy.
here's
Well,
why
then
that's
she
silly to
shoulda
me.
got
Strictly
some-
business.
It is a
You
business
fall in love
arrangement.
today, and next week you decide to propose, and you decide to get
That would
married.
be
What are
hard
you
to
gonna?
do in this family.
What are you gonna Moniece, zip it. What are you gonna prenup?
Just saying.
Everything I have.
Which is what?
Some
Anyway,
clothes,
Your
some
chucks.
shoes.
Your
better not
chucks and
get
that
these
hat that you
sneakers.
stole from your sister.
Yep.
And everything that he makes during
Yep.
the course of the marriage. That's what I
And
would do.
everything that I make.
Let's
during
go
the
off
course of the
topic.
marriage,
We can end the
exactly.
Mag Love game. but I wanna
Anyway,
address what
thank
Monique
you
said.
guys for playing the Mad Love game. Clearly, the further discussion is going to happen later on the show, or even as we go home. Who knows? I'm tired.
wanna ask me?
Back to the show. I never do anything without thinking about it first.
Marla is a feeler.
I basically wear my personality on my sleeve.
But when Marla and Dave get together, it's like a match dancing with a firecracker. This is the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network.
All right, it's time for the poll question. This week's poll question was, hold on for a second, guys. Could you
Hello,
please?
We're in the middle of a show. This is not your actual madhouse. This is ours. Zip it.
The poll question this week was, is spanking your children an outdated disciplinary practice? Clearly, in our house, we need to still spank our children.
We should just beat them now. Now we get to punch them.
And so your options were no, hashtag spare rod spoiled child, or yes, hashtag never necessary. And maybe we have such a good Mad family audience that 100% of those who participated said literally no, hashtag spare rod spoiled child. So they all agree with spanking, and as do I.
This week's poll question you can find right on the front of our website, www.marlaanddave.com. Is the world ready to elect a woman into the most powerful office in the free world? Yes, hashtag long overdue. No, hashtag it's a man's job. So, you're muted.
You can
So
turn on.
you
You
can
can put them on.
Pressing us.
It's not about man or a woman. It's about Democrat, Republican, and
Well, I would
think
probably vote
Democrats-
B.
So you think the perspective is more important than the gender?
I'd probably vote
whatever Obama's agenda is going to be carried over in Hillary.
Because they're both Democrats. I don't know about that.
I think to prove my point, we should just not turn Moniece's mic on at all because she's a woman, and I say that it might be a man's job. No, I'm
You're
just kidding.
sexist.
No, it's okay. Oh, is she on? Oh no, she's on. Someone voted for her.
Anyway, again, www.marlandave.com. That's where the poll question is located. We want to hear from you. We need your opinion. Actually, check us out on Facebook as well, Twitter, Instagram. Get to that poll question. We need your opinion. Back to the show.
Can you handle the truth? This is modern American dialogue in a mad world from two unique, fresh, transparent perspectives. This is the Marla and Dave radio show.
So Moniece, you made a statement when we were doing the Mad Love game that it would be hard to do getting married in this family. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
That fast.
Oh, that
Getting married
fast.
that fast.
Oh, and let me say,
You guys got married fast, but you would have
Moniece,
so
we-
much to say if one of us.
Moniece, and I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to mention. You mentioned this
You've
to me the
known
other
each
day.
other since second grade. Yes, we
That's
have.
not fast, bro. That's a lifetime. We knew each other
You
for a
wish you
lifetime.
loved
Not a
for a
lifetime because you're still
lifetime.
alive.
But the point that I'm making is you cannot use the word fast in the relationship.
I can use the word fast in terms of progression from engagement to marriage.
No, but because we were high school sweethearts, we'd known each other forever. Those are apples
You
and oranges.
guys even said you weren't. There was a period where you didn't love each other. Not that you didn't love each other, but that you felt that you weren't in communication.
No, that's
And
true.
Dad didn't even know you had a baby. How's that?
Right,
If
because it wasn't
we're
Dad's
loving
baby.
somebody.
So I was in another relationship, but that was a period
So
of
you
time.
don't pick up the phone and call the
So
man
that's
you
a-
love
that's a
and
huge
say,
factor.
No,
That's-
she's not
"By the
saying-
way, I."
Anyway,
fell in love
she's
with
not.
someone
Mom,
else."
That's
mom's
working
not
against you, Mom.
Mom's not
No, it's
saying that she was in love with me when she was having you. That doesn't even make sense.
I'm not saying that.
Can I have a gong? And bling.
The point is that you knew about each other, but you didn't know each other.
About?
No, they knew
They
each
was
other.
my best friend.
But it's not like you were
He
in
was
love
he was
the
your
whole
best friend in
time.
second grade.
No, but he was my best.
Come
We were
on.
high school sweethearts. He was
How
my
do you
best friend in school.
stop talking to your best friend and have a baby with someone else?
That's
if
obviously not your
That's not
best
your best friend
Okay, it was the time.
at that
It
time.
was a
Thank you, Tony.
It was a geographical separation, but that's not what my point is. My point is,
My best friend lives in Atlanta. I tell her everything.
Moniece, you don't tell anyone everything. You said that at the beginning of the show. But
I tell her
And it's a
everything that I want her to
female.
know.
Your best friend
dichotomy,
can't be-
everything you want her to know. The bottom
I-
line is, it doesn't change the course of your
My
relationship.
other best friend lives in North Hollywood, and he's a he. I tell him everything I want him to know.
Is he gay?
He's also your best friend, so
Okay, my bad, Sonny. My bad, bro.
Anyway, let me just say this. Oh, go ahead, make your point. You always stop.
Here's my final point. As my kids go forward, since this was focused on relationships, all I want you both to do, it's not about a judgment issue, but it is about taking time. Time reveals all things. And to really know, you're never going to really know fully anyone. But I think that giving yourself enough time to have the best information about them will give you any relationship its best opportunity to succeed.
I don't have all forever.
Moniece, I don't know if there's anyone on the planet that can truly deal with you in a marriage relationship.
I don't want to be married. I just want a lifetime partnership where I can pick up.
So
and
you
go
can
if
do
I
what
don't
you
like
want to
it.
do every other. What is it? Every once.
You want to
Tuesdays?
use? Are you saying that you want to use somebody else?
She's wimpy.
If something, it's not that it's wimpy.
No,
I just don't.
Forgive me. I'm
That's
sorry.
hamburger
I shouldn't
on
even be
the side.
reacting to the things that
That's
you
part of
say.
the reason. No, it's not a reacting. That's part
What
of
is
the
that
reason I
supposed to
don't
mean,
want more
Pappy?
kids. That's part of the reason I don't want to be married, because marriage doesn't guarantee or solidify anything. So if it's not working out and I decide this isn't working out for me, I'm not happy here, I don't want to have to go through a divorce. I don't want to have to go through a mandatory freaking custody battle. I want to be able to get my shiznazzle and go.
Okay. Well, first of
We'll
all,
pray for you,
I just
and
gotta.
my kid and go.
And it's because maybe are we having such a crazy day because we forgot the mood songs.
Oh.
What was your mood today,
it's-
Marla?
You know what?
5 minutes.
Thanks.
It's over anyway.
No, thanks, Tony. I'd like to hear my mood song. I'll end the show with this. This is my mood song.
I'd like to hear it's all about me and my mood.
Go ahead. I'm going to dedicate this to Moniece.
My mom's very disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
That boy's no good for you.
All right, we got that one. Megan Trainor.
What does this even
He's
mean?
no
What
good.
does that mean?
My mood today is this. Tony hit me.
That's mom's
This
ridiculous
is.
subliminal message.
I was a prophet. The way you guys are acting
slow.
today, that song is speaking to it right now. It's just getting on my nerves. I got a gray hair
It
today.
said damn nerves,
I
Dave.
got a new
We
gray.
gave you-
I
we
got a
gave you
new
some
hoary,
over the years,
hoary
man.
head today because of
Did you
what's
say
been
hor-
going on.
This
We
first
gave
you
you
said
some gray hairs over the
Hoary
years,
head.
man.
Hoary head. Anyway, that means gray hair.
I know what it means.
okay.
I'm just. You also said.
Anyway, I want to go back and actually, excuse me, Moniece, let you guys know that what Sandra was saying is she doesn't have anything against you guys.
Is
She
there
doesn't
anyone
mean any
else in the
disrespect.
chat room?
Misha Me says.
Hold on. And she says that, she just has a hard time with the way that young people today communicate with adults and their parents. Anyway.
And Misha Me is in here, and she says that it's her first time here, and this is a raw family. Laugh out loud. I love it. That's Misha Me.
And they
Be
also said
careful.
that we need
Raw
to have our...
seafood can give you a tapeworm.
That's relevant. Okay, Dave, can it carry on?
Man,
You-
yeah.
Worthless information.
They have medication for this type of thing. For
She won't
anyone who
take it.
needs
I
to
take
know.
it. It's called Lamictal, 40 milligrams a day.
And can you up it?
And
'Cause
Seroquel.
what's it supposed to
puts me
do?
sleep.
Is there something it's supposed to do?
Lamictal is it's a mood stabilizer. It helps with your memory.
Okay, so for commercial break, next
And
commercial that we have is not for Lamictal. It's
mood.
for
Well, I'm
an advocate. I'm now an advocate. I'm not hiding it anymore.
What do you?
high five to that, Moniece.
What
All right.
disorder? What are you doing? What are you?
There's
treating?
no disorder, wouldn't you like to label me? But
I know labels. You said I'm advocate.
I struggle with depression
Okay.
and anxiety.
Okay.
me too.
I don't
Niecy.
have a label, however,
Me
other
and Niecy
than
share that.
depression and anxiety. So Lamictal helps stabilize my mood. Strattera helps slow down the thought racing to help me with my ADHD, which I was told
Or
was
outburst.
optional. No, optional. I was also told that I could work out 3 times a week, 30 times a day, but I'm lazy.
30 minutes, you mean?
Yeah, me
30 minutes, but I'm lazy. I don't like working
Mom and
out.
Dad want me to
So
work
I
out
would
every
rather
day.
take the medication till I feel better.
But D, you've been working out. You feel better, don't you? Be honest. Tell the truth. How does that make you feel?
D, tell the truth.
And hungrier.
It's alright. It's cool. It's alright.
Anyway, Sandra wants you guys to know that she loves you both and she loves your song. So, anyway,
Thanks, Sandra.
Appreciate you.
we're glad you guys came to the show. I think.
Are you ready to see us at home?
No, I'm not going home. Anyway,
David, now thanks to this, we will avoid the madhouse, the real madhouse.
I'm gonna take my MaD and get out of here.
Next week, please stop back by. We've got anybody here remember Different World? Well, Dawn Lewis, who was Jaleesa, who's got so much more going on since then, for sure. And she's got a lot more. She's talented in ways that people may never even be aware of, including musically.
That was her main thing.
We're gonna be looking forward to welcoming Dawn into the madhouse next week. So stop back by 6:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on the UBN Radio Network. Follow Moniece. Moniece, where can they find you? Moniece_Slaughter on Instagram. DJ Detox Music.
No, I want to do something different this time.
What you gonna do, D?
Look me up on SoundCloud. I know it's kind of ghetto.
That's not ghetto. Shameless plug. Own that shiznit.
But SoundCloud.com/official-D-Tox.
Okay, that's a lot.
All right, that's where you find them. That's where you find us. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Peace.
This is happening. I'm so afraid I might wake up. What is this feeling that's coming over me? Something like this I can't make up. All of a sudden, it's crystal clear.